this show, the American Biafran Veterans, or to explain it to some people that are new on our show, are veterans who have served the United States military and who are still serving the United States military. To all our veterans, both at home and here in the United States, I am Chief OBDK, and I salute all of you, my brothers. Stay well, stay sharp-minded. God bless all of you, all Biafran soldiers. Ndidi, I want to welcome you. First of all, I've been watching you closely. You've been very patient. Very, very patient. All of you have been patient.
Thank you, Chief.
I focused this program on Umuada. Sit at home has had an impact on Umdebani, in particular the women who go to the marketplace, women who have to feed the family, women who takes all kinds of risk. Umuada. I greet all of you. As I did to my own mom and to my own grandmother, I always bow down. Of course, she'll slap me if I didn't. Umuada, let's talk. Let's talk about this. We've already said that the main objective and focus of this discussion, why? And I will focus and I will ask you, Ndidi, if you would tell us, and tell the world. Him and I were people in Iceland, Ireland, United Kingdom. We welcome all of you who are watching. C'est passé Napoli, France, all of you, Italy, Poland, Turkey, you know it, all those European countries where our people are always running to. But here we go. Let's talk about it. My dear sister, why sit at home? What's the value of sitting at home? They didn't know because and before you start telling us what you think, introduce yourself to the rest of the world who are watching you. I am Chief OBDK, in case anybody forgot.
Thank you, Chief OBDK. Thank you, American veterans. I welcome my beloved Umuada sisters in this forum and all the other guests. I welcome Biafra Unite. I can see you somewhere here, our gallant brother. I welcome everybody, all Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. My name is Umuada Ndidamaka Okoro Egemanu. I reside here in the United States, precisely in Florida. Thank you, sir, for this great opportunity to talk about it. I want to start by putting it across there that the people you see here, the Umuada here, are the Umuada Biafra worldwide. We are different from the Umuada Igbo. The reason why I want to set this record straight is because we have our sisters from the coastal region and all over Biafra land who are part of the Umuada Biafra worldwide. So, we are multilinguistic and many of them don't understand Igbo. So this Umuada Biafra are made up of women of all indigenous origin. You must be a daughter born in Biafra land to be part of this this group. This excludes our wives, like some of our brothers married whites, Asians, Yorubas, Hausas. They are not members of this group. You must be an indigenous daughter to be a member of the Umuada Biafra worldwide.
Thank you.
And we are here to talk about it. We are in a very precarious time in our life and in our states as Biafrans. We stand the risk of, being exterminated as a race. We are in a very, very crucial time that the people of Biafrans, we are yelling for leadership. The way forward, where do we go from here? But we know by birth, the Umuadas are given the authority by birth to step into very challenging situations. The Umuadas are the ones that keep everybody straight. When that talk gets tough, the Umuadas, by our birthright, step into that shoe to straighten everything. That is why we are watching with dismay how they are killing our children, our brothers, our sisters. And it looks like everybody is quiet. The world is quiet. Our own people are quiet. The Umuadas are the ones that, keep the family together. They keep the kings and the royal kingmakers, working. That case, when it gets tough, the Umuada comes, and when they are verdict, is usually final. It is our God-given right. That is why when Umuada watched and saw how much the blood of our young ones are flowing in the streets of Biafra, we decided to talk. We spoke and they did not hear. We cried, our leaders did not hear. We yelled, they did not hear. We now embarked on civil disobedience. The civil disobedience was in form of sit at home. The sit at home started to just bring the attention of the leadership of Biafra land and the government of Nigeria in general to listen to the plight of the Biafrans and stop killing our citizens. We started sitting at home on Mondays. Then we decided to add on Sunday because we wanted our religious leaders to speak up. The religious leaders in Biafra land and all over the world play a vital role in times like this. They move a whole big crowd. They are well respected. People listen to them. People respect them. And that is why we expect them to step into the situation as it is in our land today. We reached out to them, and failure to, step into this much needed leadership and advocacy for the poor failed. And that's why Umuada agreed that they're going to add Sunday sit at home to bring the attention of the religious leaders to the plight of their followers. We want them to join this struggle, to speak up for their followers, and then do what Christ did when he was on earth. So that was why we added Sunday sit at home. It's a form of civil disobedience. It's a form of, putting it out there for them to know that we are expecting them to speak up.
It's a revolutionary movement, my dear sister. It's a different kind of movement. You're going after people in the church. And him and Andebani no so tight and linked together. Why Sunday? When our people, and I have my own views on that, but because my manager Noka with a 5 naira, and he said, just giving that money. And I will break into Igbo speaking sometimes, and I apologize, I can't help myself. But Mama who goes to church pays for 5 naira, $5 to the church. And is there a benefit or disbenefit to the church for not going to church on Sunday? Let's go on the benefit side. And if it's okay with you, my dear sister, onye ọzọ chọrọ ịza that question. What's the benefit to ndị Igbo for taking away Sunday from our people? Onye ọbụla chọrọ ịza open. It's open. Go ahead.
Sister Rosemary or Ezenwai, you can just answer.
Okay. Should I go first?
Okay.
Go, come on.
Okay, yeah. Hello, everyone, and I greet you all. My name is Ezenwai Chalono, and I reside here in Spain with my family. I greet you, Chief Obidike. I greet Umuada, and I greet every other participant in this program. You are welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Umuada, Lola Maka, you really spoke well with your introduction. I love the way you introduced us, and I love the way you have opened the floor for us to continue from there. Yes, let me go to the question, if it's benefiting our people. Personally, I might not be speaking for everybody because it might be benefiting for some people and it might not be benefiting for others. Personally, I have been a pastor. I had my own ministry. I was ministering on television, though I didn't have a hall where I preach. I also go to other churches to minister to them before. And today I am in support of sit at home on Sunday. I'm going to say to you, yes, I'm going to say to you that it's not benefiting our people. I think it's kind of a heavy load on our people. What is the benefit that somebody, you don't have food, you don't have work, you go to church, some of them will go to churches with bedroom slippers, and they will transport themselves, and they will still give the little they have, to the church also. Yes, it's okay to go. They will tell us to come, we shouldn't come to the presence of God with empty-handed, and people are dying of hunger, So for me, that aspect is not benefiting our people. Rather, it's benefiting the pastors, because each time you come to church on Sunday, it benefits them. And now, when you say, why Sunday? Why not Sunday? Monday, people close down their businesses and everybody, it's okay with everybody. It's okay even with the pastors. They supported sit at home. And people are closing their churches. The same people that close their churches, their business places on Mondays, are the same people that goes to church also. So now when we say close down the church, that we are looking for attention, we are closing down the church not because we are angry, or it's kind of a motherly love. And motherly love is a tough love. You are doing it to get attention. We are actually crying that people that come to church are the same people that they are killing. Can you imagine that they killed some primary school students 2 days ago? And they are all of everybody in the east that they go to churches, and these people we go to every day. We pay money to them. You pay offering, you pay face tithe, you pay face fruit, and they're not saying anything to you. So it's benefiting them. And when we were on lockdown 3 months and people didn't complain, why did they complain? Is it because somebody they didn't know, maybe a white man said they should stay at home, and they are not complaining? Now we're saying they should stay at home with a cogent reason that we are being killed, that we are calling the attention of our religious leaders. Let me tell you, the highest revenue makers in our land is the government and the pastors, the church. They make more money as well as the government in our area, in our land. They are the one that makes money, and they are the same people that keep quiet, and the same people that people obey and respect. And now we are dying, we are calling for the attention, they are pretending they are not seeing it. Can you imagine? Immediately we call for sit at home on Sunday. Now some of these pastors are telling these people to come to church. Every poor people, calling our Biafran people, poor people, that they should come to church on Sundays, that they want to share them money and share them food. Should we be begging for money in that land that is flowing with milk and honey? We shouldn't be begging for money. That's an insult to the entire race, asking them to come to church so they can give them food like beggars. Why? So for me, that's an insult. That means you want to use money now to entice them to come because it's your business. You feel maybe some of them are running this church as businesses also. If I say sit at home and you want to use money now to entice them, that means it's your businesses. You don't want them to close the businesses. So what is the problem of closing down the church on Sunday if you can close down people's business on Monday? First of all, we are all Biafrans before we even become pastors or businessmen or anything. And now we are crying. Every Biafran is crying. The blood is flowing and everybody must participate. The women came out to say that everybody must participate. I'm a pastor and I'm saying that everybody must come out to participate. We are crying. We are seeking for attention. We are seeking for attention and they have to hear us. And that's the only way they have to hear us. Or if we don't touch them, they will not hear us. And you are going to see what
Pastor. So what you're saying to me is that the big pastors that are getting our money, our people's money, Mama and Papa and everybody else, they're taking that money and buying airplanes and are not taking care of us.
Yes, even when we are dying, even say we've been keeping quiet. If we don't, let me tell you what happened. People go to church from Monday to Friday. When I used to be in church, you go to Monday prayer meeting, Wednesday midweek service, Friday prayer service, Friday that same day, Friday all night, and each services you go, you bring money. Then Sunday services, some of them run two services a day, and these same people pay money. And now we didn't even complain. Now we say we are being killed. Is it too much for them to sit at home and join us? Then if they're angry about it, there's something they're not saying to us. So it's benefiting them. That is why they're angry. I think that's my simple answer to your question. Thank you so much. That's a very good answer.
That's a very good answer. But let me make sure that one thing is clear. ABVet, which is the American Biafran Veterans, we are not ABVet. It's a different organization altogether. You know, we're veterans. We're, soldiers, and I just want to make sure that everybody who's watching because some people are calling left and right, who are these ABVets? What you said, Reverend Pastor Chinwe, I don't know how to, it's so much, but what you said seemed to make a lot of sense on one hand, and it's going to get a lot of people angry on another hand. How do you respond to Mama Nasigo that was said to you, please, we want to keep going to church, but I want one of you to answer. Rosemary, Simon Eppa is back on, and I will bring him in as soon as I see his face. But what do you say to those people that said, no, we want to go to church. We want to continue hearing what the pastor, like yourself, is saying. We disagree. What do you say to them?
Thank you, sir. Chief Obidike.
Rosemary, no. Thank you.
I agree.
Come on in.
I agree to you. Can you hear me?
I hear you well, my dear sister. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir. You're welcome. I greet my people, the African Biafran veteran. That's the veterans of Igbo origin. I think that's what it means. Is that the one?
American Biafran veterans.
Veterans, okay.
Veterans, Biafrans who have served in the United States Armed Forces.
Good. It's just like the UMUADA Biafra worldwide.
Exactly. Go ahead, my sister.
Thank you, sir. I greet you people. My Biafran people. I will always greet you wherever and whenever, because all we are doing is for you, for all of us, because this is our time. Number one, a call for sit at home is not hatred, it's not anger, but tough love. People ask, why Sunday? Church, that's worshiping God, is inside you. Church is in the heart. Anybody that is worshiping anything, no matter what you call that, and it is outside your heart, you are just worshiping idol. Church is worshiping God is not a building, but from the within. So, but because it has been there, because we have, as a human race, we have a church that we go to worship. But before this time, we have our traditional ways of worshiping and communicating with our God.
Okay.
And these people came from the European, from wherever, whatever they have in their mind, and wherever they are coming, they bring us this Christianity.
Yes.
With a Bible.
On one hand.
On one hand. And on the other hand, they have Quran.
If there was a third hand, they'd have a gun.
The third hand is a gun. They have Quran, they have Bible. They use the Bible to entice us, to hypnotize us. They make us believe that this is it. You come to the church because the church is their business. Then we have the Pope. We contribute money in our Biafra land, it reaches them. And they use it. That's outside, the natural resources that these European people are sucking from our land. Why not the church on Sunday? Because they have caged us, make us believe that if we do not go to church on Sundays, that God will not, we are no longer the children of God.
Oh, that's a point.
How could they do that to us? Since church is the place we worship our God, and since they have made all of us believe that church is the only way to go and pray, and that's where God sees us when we come. Then we decided to sit at home on Sundays, because if we have God that is watching us, we wonder if he's awake, if he is sleeping.
Have God left the church?
Have he left the church? Do he hear us? Then if he is maybe resting and sleeping and can no longer hear us cry and while inside the church, we better lock down the churches under lock and key, so that as today is the Sunday, and coming Sunday from today is a Sunday, we will start locking, and we have already decreed that all the churches in Biafra land should be under lock and key.
Oh my goodness.
And from today onwards, every Sunday, until they release our leader, Nnamdi
Kanu. Well,
if they do not release him,
give a hand to that one.
We have to be locking it, so that when the most important thing here is when God goes to church on Sunday, since that's the only place he sees his children, and he opened that place, and he do not see any of his child inside that place worshiping him, he will ask a question: where are my children? Where are these people that come here every day, especially on Sundays, to worship me? And we bet the Pope in Rome, the bishop, all the bishops in Biafra land, all the priests, the clergies, the pastors, even the rabbis that worship on Saturday, because we are coming after them too, unless they rise up on top. God will ask them.
You're sending a message to all the popes, all the rabbis,
yes, sir,
all the pastors, everywhere in Biafra land.
In Biafra land.
And letting them know that Biafrans are shutting down the church.
All of them.
Because they have ignored the atrocities, the murder, the killing, everything that is happening to our people, and God's not going to accept it. Is that the message you want to send?
Yes, sir. And they must have a reply. They must have an answer to God. Because when God comes to the church and do not see his people, do not see his children that are worshiping for him on Sundays, he will ask them the question, and they better be prepared to answer that question and tell God why they are keeping silent. And they're slaughtering us like chicken, like cows, like goats. We are not animals to be slaughtered. The massacres, the atrocities, the injustices going on in our land. The Biafran land is where the resource for the Nigerian government comes from. The Biafran land is where the British government gets their things they build up. They used to build their own countries. Because they colonized us, and they have never left. They moved out, and now they are doing indirect rule, suffocating our people. Do you not? I believe by now you must have known that they have docked their warship in Nigeria, waiting and giving orders to be slaughtering us. And our pastors, our bishops, our clergies, they are keeping quiet. What are they doing? Every Sunday, they preach. They make us believe. Look at Father Mbaka. Look at Fadi De Walk. Look at Father Ebubedike. Ebube Monso. They all have this crowd. Are we talking about that? Even in the Yoruba land, it's our Igbo people that sponsor all those big pastors, or pastor, all of them. There, they are all there, and we're telling our people, even though we are saying shut the churches down in Biafra land, if you live anywhere around Nigeria zoo government, even if it's in the Yoruba, in the Hausa, in the Fulani, wherever, in the Middle Belt, stop going to church on Sundays. Do not contribute anymore. The more we give them money, the more they buy their jets, the more they buy their flashy cars, the more they build their flashy houses, and then they turn around and tell us that money is the root of all evils. They don't want us to have the money. But they say, bring it, come and sow seed. Whenever you go there and sow seed, they put juju on you, and your own wealth diminishes because you will be always, carrying it to them.
My sister Rosemary, you have elaborated very well, and I am sure there are many people that will agree with you, and I am sure there are some who will not agree with you, but so be the discussion on let's talk about it. That's why we're doing exactly that. I appreciate it very much, my sister Rosemary. Neighbor,
I am here.
I ask you the same question as I ask everybody else.
Yes.
Why sit at home on Sunday? The day that everybody said is God's day. The day that we worship. What is the benefit for sitting at home? What value is it? Where is the value for sitting at home on Sunday? Let me make a comparison. Sitting at home on Monday, I want Mr. Barrister Ekbat, when he comes on, to really focus on that, because there's many people that give him the credit for coming up with the sit at home on Monday. But UMUADA are the ones that are promoting, moving forward, sit at home on God's day. Nena, my dear sister, talk to me. Talk to the world.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for the last speakers. Thank you, and I appreciate you. You all hit the nail by the head. But I'm going to start my own discussion here with a historical fact. First and foremost, I'm going to read the African Charter, Article 20, and it says, all people shall have right to existence. They shall have the unquestionable and inalienable right to self-determination. They shall freely determine their political status and shall pursue their economic and social development. Now listen, according to the policy they have freely chosen. According to the policy they have freely chosen. UMUADA have freely chosen the policy of sit at home on Sunday. Now, historical fact. In 1986, the Philippine people rose up to challenge a dictator who have ruled them for 20 years. And that revolution was headed by the Catholic Archbishop of Manila. And every bishop, I want you to know that Manila is almost 90% Catholic population. So the church themselves rose up in 1986, and it's between February 22 to February 25 to sit on the street. We are sitting at home, but they sat on the street. There was no church service. There was no morning mass. There was no Sunday service for almost 1 month. The people of Philippines, led by their bishop, Cardinal Jamansin, the Archbishop of Manila, along with the Catholic Bishop Conference of Philippines, and the President Cardinal Ricardo Vada, the Archbishop of Kubu. Now, in all this, it was the church that champions the downfall of Aquino, which we all know, Marcos. So now, back to Biafra land. I just read to you here the African Charter, that we have the right to choose a required procedure that we want to achieve our inalienable right of existence. Now tell me, when Chinwe was speaking, she told us she was a pastor. I'm wondering why she's no longer a pastor. It's not that she doesn't like God, but Chinwe saw something that I saw that made me to sit at home every day, not going to church. In Nigeria, church is business. And since the businessmen and women of Biafra land have locked up their shops on Monday, the businessmen in the church must also lock up their shops on Sunday. Now, you're asking me, why do we want to do it? We want to do it because the only people that are benefiting from the rot that is going on in Nigeria, from the destabilization of our civil rights, from the killings that is happening in Biafra land, from the raping of our daughters and mothers, from the burning of our houses and invasion of the Fulani, are the church. I don't like speaking, I don't want to be politically right, but I want to say it here. Sometime in 2018, I'm not sure if I'm right, whether 18 or 19, there was a picture that went video that went viral, where one of our, what I can see, the most senior bishop of Catholic Church was accosted somewhere in Onitsha, and they interviewed him concerning Biafra existence. It was so bad. If you want to know, go and look for that video, and you will hear what Bishop Francis Arinze told the reporter. He was mocking Nnamdi Kanu. He was mocking us. He told us riffraff. He told us people that have no job. He told the reporter, go and look for job. This is the way we have been treated with disdain. This is the way we have been seen as people that have nothing. Nobody here has introduced himself and tell you their professions. Here you will see engineers, doctors, lawyers, nurses, all sitting down here. And yet, over there, they called us riffraff. They called up people that are jobless. We want to sit at home on Sunday. Remember what the Bible told me. In one of the Bible, and maybe I think Matthew, I think the Synoptic Gospel, they all mentioned that chapter, Matthew, Luke, James, and John. Jesus met a woman at the well, sitting down here on, I'm sure it will be on Sunday or Sabbath day, I'm sure it was, and the lady was drawing water. And Jesus said, give me water. And she said, no, I'm a sin. How can I give you water? I'm a sinner. How can I give you water? And Jesus said, give me water. If you don't give me, I will not give you the water that I have. He said, where do you have water? You have no well. You have no bucket. You have no rope to draw. Jesus Christ told him, he said, the water I will give you run from your inside. It is a spring of water. You will drink and not be tired. And then Jesus made a fantastic statement. And when I remember this, I sit at home on Sunday to pray to my God. He said, a day will come when those who will worship me in truth and in spirit. Sit at home and worship your God in truth and in spirit. It doesn't have to be on a building. It doesn't have to be on a fantastic building that has air condition on it. In your room, leaking water, God can answer you there. Therefore, our sit at home is to let the world know that we love God, but we want to worship him in spirit and in truth. And the truth is that we have discovered that all pastors are businessmen. They must sit at home on their business day. Thank you.
And you are powerful. You are powerful, and should I drink some water with you? Let me drink my own water with you.
Maybe that's the water that Jesus gave the woman. Yes, let me drink my own too.
My goodness. To bring Barrister EKPA in, but I want to make sure that the audience understands certain things that you have said. The church is a business. The church is a business. They're making money. Worshiping at home, the one thing that you inferred is that you can worship at home. And that's part of the benefits. So let us go ahead and bring in my dear friend and brother, Simon EKPA. Where are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Simon. Biafran born, Biafran man, complete. I greet you, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing very fine. Ndewo.
Thank you very much. Welcome.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am going to make my contribution, and I'm going to leave because I have other meeting going on. As you all know, that is fundraising for ESN. So I am also inviting everybody watching here immediately after this program to join us on the other side for this fundraising for ESN. Very important.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I'm sure that you do well.
Thank you.
For all the fundraising.
All right.
Thank you very much. Before you jump in, my brother, I know you are in a hurry. But this is Biafran, American Biafran Network. We are all veterans of war, and we served in American military system, past and present. This is what this, and we want to talk to you as well as we are talking to UMUADA Biafra about the sit at home. That sit at home issue has been attributed to you as the proponent, as the pioneer of the sit at home on Monday. Just on Monday. We're not yet talking about Sunday, but just on Monday. If you are the proponent, or the pioneer for the sit at home. Why did you do that? What was the benefit that you were looking for?
Thank you very much for that question. Just for the record, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted in Kenya, and nobody know what was going on. The next thing is that we heard that he will be appearing in court, or that he has appeared in court in Nigeria and all that. So of course, before after that, and a date was given when he was going to appear in court again. So that particular night, I was online and I was advocating for a sit at home, just in solidarity with our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So I was that night online and I was asking Biafrans to sit at home. And then also, I declared autopilot. So it is not just about the sit at home. I also declared that, through the spirit, not me, declared that the struggle for Biafra has entered autopilot. And I made it very clear that this autopilot is going to be a very dangerous stage where things will be happening. And I pray that God give the people in the leadership the wisdom to control what is to come. Okay, so people didn't understand. People did not understand that. And during the time of the court, it happened that, everybody, the entire Biafra observed the sit at home. That is not to say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not ordered for sit at home previously. We have had the sit at home on May 30th, if I remember, and May 31st this year. And so before this incident. But, from the time he was abducted in Kenya, I started advocating for the sit at home, and that's where we are today. That also gave birth to the Monday sit at home by the leadership, and they announced it. And at the end of the day, it was cancelled. But because of the spirit of Biafra has taken over of this struggle, and that's why Biafra people decided to take it upon themselves, to defy the order to cancel the sit at home, and they have been sitting at home ever since then. Now,
so the people of Speak have now taken control of sit at home on Monday. But what I'm understanding you to say is that it was simply because of a court appearance by Nnamdi Kanu on a particular Monday. And because of that, it wasn't a security issue. Was it a safety issue?
Well,
not just, the solidarity, but was it a security issue?
Well, when this thing happened, when the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu happened, so as a strategic person, I went into research to because I have actually weighed the situation of things, what happened in 2015 to 2017, and how everything ended and how he was released. And then I also made a research on the current situation and status of the struggle, and a lot of things that has happened. So I made some kind of I noted something down, some strategies down, which I feel and believe could be some of the key we can use to bring him out of the problem. Okay, and this particular strategy, I did not review it to anyone. I wanted to be seeing how things unfold, and then we can start to discuss it with people that I trust and all that. So when I started advocating for sit at home, I have a target. The target is for, first of all, to get to the leadership in Biafra land, in the South and the Southeast, because we need to. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu haven't succeeded in having a successful sit at home on May 31st, 2021. I think May 31st, at May 30th to 31st or so of 2021. So I decided to continue from that particular strategy. Now, what is the motive of this sit at home is very, very important. The motive is that very important. Yes. Yeah. The motive is to prove to the world that the people of Biafra no longer listen to the leaders, elected leaders. That is number one. Number two is that after we have succeeded in proving to Nigeria Fulani government and to the world that the people no longer have trust on these leaders, because when you talk about Biafra, they tell you that the leaders are not saying it. Okay? So I have been able to hear a lot of opinion that their leaders are not talking about it. And what people don't understand is that a leader in Nigeria can never talk about Biafra, because, you know, it is like taking away the food from their table. So the last people that will be talking about Biafra will be the elected official. They can never ever talk about Biafra. They are comfortable in Nigeria because they are making money and they are sharing part of the national cake. So they can talk about them. Now, so for us to prove to the world that they cannot take the word of these leaders seriously when we are talking about Biafra, we have to prove to the world that they have no control over us.
We're not listening to them anymore.
Yes, we have to the world that they're actually not representing us at all. We have to prove to the world that they have lost the integrity given to them. They have lost the mandate given to them. They are just parading themselves because of the Nigeria, being protected by the Nigeria state, the constitution, which give them the right to participate in election, and they won and all that. So they don't represent us. They don't speak for us, and they are not representing our interests. That is
I understood. I want to, my dear brother, I want to, if you would allow, for some of the other guests that are here to ask you one or two questions. There's some people here, the UMUADA Biafra are here, and you are here. Very two critical components.
They're gonna ask me a question, but let me explain so that they will understand where I'm going. Because now I'm not explaining the reason. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So now we have to prove that they are not representing us and they don't speak for us. That's number one. Number two is that we want to, sanction their internally generated revenue. Okay? The internally generated revenue every Monday is a loss to them. So when they tell you that it is affecting the economy, it is not affecting the economy of an average Biafran in the street. It is not affecting the economy of market women, market men, traders in the street, but it is affecting the internally generated revenue every Monday.
That the government gets from the federal government.
Yes, no, it is affecting the money the state get from the citizens, because the internally generated revenue, they are for example, Anambra State is generating about 20-something billion every year. So when you divide that 20-something billion, they are generating at least some, a huge amount of money every month. So when you minus 4 days in a month of that internally generated revenue, they are making loss. It's a loss to them. Okay. So what they are fighting for, why they become so distressed, is not because of any other thing. One is because we've been able to prove to the Fulanis that they don't control us. Two is that we've been able to make them lose money every Monday.
Correct.
So it is this internally generated revenue that they are fighting for. And then also they want to prove to Fulani that they still have power over the people. These are the two things we targeted. Now, if we are going to Sunday sit at home, it is something that ordinarily I will not attack. It is not an attack on Christian and all that. But the point is that the Christians in Nigeria has failed the religion, the Christianity, the Christendom. It has failed woefully, and we have recorded a number of abduction of Christian leaders, including Khan leaders, have been abducted. His head chopped off several times, different part of northern Nigeria. So coming now to advocate for Sunday sit at home is something welcome development, because it is targeted. The same thing we are targeting the governors. The same effect on these politicians is the same effect it is going to bring on the church leadership. So people
clarify for me, Sam. Clarify. I want to hear you say that. You are supporting sit at home on Sunday.
Yes, of course, I am supporting sit at home on Sunday. Although this is the first time I'm making this particular proclamation. In my program yesterday, I didn't make comment on that. But of course, it is something that we all have to do. And remember that I have actually advocated in support of Dr. Malafia, who proposed 1 week sit at home for every Christians in Nigeria. Now, let me tell you, the Christian has just failed more than woefully. Woefully is just an understatement. You can't tell me that the United States, recognize the Nigeria impunity, the killings of Christians in Nigeria, and they recognize this fact that Christians are being killed in Nigeria, and they blacklisted Nigeria and put Nigeria in the list, in watch list. Now, since the Nigeria was put in the watch list, the Christian community, the Christian leadership, the CAN in Nigeria, they have not been able to organize anything to, convince the United States that the situation has not changed. Okay. Now,
before I open this to the audience, to my other people to ask you this question, send a message from you to the Christian leaderships in Biafra land. Send something to them. Tell them why you, of all people, in the rank that you are in, why you are doing this now.
I am doing this exactly for the fact that in Biafra land, reverend fathers, priests, and even church servants has been abducted, butchered, and killed. In Enugu, we have recorded something like that. Okay, and it is not just about Biafra land. When you kill a Christian in Nigeria, you have killed. It affects every Christian. Okay. Yes. Now we have recorded how they are cleansing them in the north. In Kaduna State, in southern Kaduna, they are being butchered and killed every day. Now we have number of IDP camp. Those IDP camp, those Christians are not even safe there. So the reason why we have to now embark on this sit at home on Sunday, which we are proposing, I am joining the people proposing it today, is because the Christian leaders in Nigeria, in Biafra land, has failed woefully. They failed to uphold the standard set by the United States. They did not convince the United States that this killing is there, and the killing has continued until we hear that they have removed Nigeria. That was when everybody began to come out and talk. So are you going to blame America for it? No, because when these people blacklisted Nigeria, nothing has happened since then till now. So had it been that Nigeria Christian organized some kind of protest, civil disobedience, like sit at home in protest of killing going on against Christians in Nigeria, America will not have that moral right, or moral justification to say we have removed Nigeria. Because today, people are fighting, organizations are fighting, even the CAN himself in Nigeria, they have written against the removal, but they refuse to do something to convince America that they were being killed.
I commend you, my brother. I commend you very much. But I've got some more questions for you. I like your thinking, but I'm going to go. No, I want to give UMUADA Biafra the opportunity. Madam, which one of you will ask this, my brother, the question that I know is lingering in your mind? Ask him now, who have now come up with a new method for combating this issue that we are in. Madam,
Sister Princess, do you want to say something?
Yes, ask him a question, please.
Okay, maybe we can ask the question and then she can come back and speak her own and about the sit at home.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Mazi Simon, we always appreciate you and all the good work you'll be doing for, for this struggle and everything that is going on. And the way you champion the sit at home. Even when we talk about sit at home, it depends on where people are coming and where the strategic position they occupy. Because I can remember also the initial time that they kidnapped our leader in the broadcasts we were doing in the women wings, we were also shouting about the sit at home. Then I remember the day I called in directly to Mazi Aloze's program, and I advocated for sit at home. And then one of our Reverend Fathers called me and cautioned me and said that you are not the one that's supposed to say the sit at home, because sit at home is not everybody that's supposed to say it. It's supposed to come from our leader, Martin Nandeka. And I told him, myself, our leader is not up now. We are trying to do something in solidarity with him. And he said no, that he will call back to Mazi Alozie and told him to, remove what I said, because I said that people should sit at home for Mazi. So from that time, I said, okay, maybe I overstepped my boundary. Maybe it's because of control, command and control issue. So I stopped. Then after some weeks, and then the sit at home finally came up, and then the autopilot followed, and then you championed it, and then I was so happy about it. So the good thing is that you came back today, and before this camera and before the whole world, and then you say you support what the UMUADA Biafra worldwide are doing. Because like we said before, this thing is not to target anybody, but to protect our land, to reclaim our land. From birth, we have been given this, this enormous responsibility for families, for communities, for Biafra land in general. So for you coming out today, because when we heard that you were at the opposing side of sit at home on Sunday, it didn't sit well. How could Almighty Mazi Simon Ekpa say that he will not support his sisters on what they are doing? Because we are the daughters of the land, and everybody should know that whenever the UMUADA gather and decree on something, and our verdict is usually final. That's why before we do things, we do think about them. We do make sure that we take, everybody into consideration. And now our land is bleeding, seriously bleeding. We want you, the UMUADA Biafra worldwide, in your position. You have the strategic position to help us to push this. We have letters that we have written that we will circulate to the people involved. We will be forwarding it to you. And then we want you to help us, because we are all working together. You have never deviated from pushing for everything that is in your power to make sure that Biafra is restored and our leader is freed. And we love you for that. So this time around, we are here with you, and we want you to know that we'll be coming for you, and we will send messages for you, and we want you to help us, deliver them to reach to everybody that is supposed to reach. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Rosemary. I have to tell you that I'm a very, very strategic person. If I had actually made a comment, which I did, was because it came as a surprise to me, and I have to meditate on things. Because if I don't just, if people come to my program and make some comment, I need to meditate on it. I don't just approve it or disapprove it. But of course, I said that I cannot support, attack on Christians. But then at the same time, it is not actually attack, because it is, when, like what I have just said in my opening speech now, I have made it very clear. I have given example how the Christian association and the Christian communities and all that in Nigeria has failed, and they have failed woefully. So it is not like we are actually attacking the faith as per se, but we are calling their subconsciousness to wake up. We need to see them, doing the right thing, because if they have been doing the right thing, America will not remove Nigeria from that list. Mm-hmm. And everybody knows that nothing has changed in Nigeria. Because even now, the Secretary of State of the United States of America is receiving it very hot. We have had the criticism coming from different congressmen, including Chris Smith. Chris Smith is an expert in African affairs. So, and Chris Smith also knows a lot about what is going on in Nigeria. So the situation has not changed. So the question we should be asking is, are the Christian people in Nigeria doing enough? Are the pastors doing enough? The answer is no. They don't even speak about the killings in Nigeria, not to talk about the blacklisting of America, putting Nigeria in the blacklist. So it is time we also welcome, wake their subconsciousness up and for them to live up to expectation. And one of the way to do it is to make our people to sit at home on Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Because Aban also, I know you have to go.
I just want to ask a question to Simon EKPA.
Go ahead, my dear sister.
Yes. So Simon, thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. I am not from United States, but I think I'm also an Umuada residing in Canada. I know that. Now, this is what I want to ask you. And I'm going to make a statement of fact, and then I'll ask you a question. And the statement of fact is this. Sitting at home is not about God. Sitting at home is not attack on religion. Sitting at home is all about economic sanction on bishops, pastors, all the religious men, all the religious businessmen or men who are wearing the garb of religion to oppress us. I want everybody to know now that all these religious men are our oppressors. They are also oppressing us in any way. Look at the economic situation in Nigeria. A pastor will stand on the pulpit and say, you cannot come to church empty-handed. That woman sitting there has only 100 naira to buy crayfish, to make a soup with baby ogun, with no other ingredients. And yet, they are sitting there conniving and making sure that these people get poorer and poorer. Therefore, sit at home on Sunday is not an attack on God. It's not about God. It is all about economic sanction on pastors, bishops, and all church businessmen in the garb of men of God. My question to you now is, are you promising Umuada that this sit at home on Sunday will form part of your earthquake, shaking, and eruption that happened in your channel? Will you one day help us and put it there for the world to see? Thank you.
Before you answer, that's the autopilot that you have. Will this declaration you made today on ABVet TV become part of your autopilot?
Automatically, everything I say is an autopiloted statement. And the Umuada I have been working with, and I will continue to work with Umuada. And whatever they decide, I will always meditate, and then I will come up. I don't think Umuada will make any decision that is not good for our people. So I will continue to work with Umuada. They have not disappointed, and they will never disappoint. Amen. That is one. Two is that we need, of course, as we are embarking on this particular awareness, we need to let people understand that the language that we are going to be using to front this particular awareness, because it is a very sensitive matter. Yes. We know that our people are always coming online to twist things and twist, statement of people. So yes, we need to be very, very strict and very straight in the statement we make about this. Because right, when I think, what was it yesterday? Of course, I hosted Umuada on not Umuada, but of course,
not Umuada.
Not American family.
Yes, North America, coordinators and all that, of which some of them are members of Umuada, but they didn't come to represent Umuada on the program. Yes. When the issue of this Sunday sit at home came up, of course, he came up to me and ordinarily, my mind went to a different, a different angle, from a different perspective. But of course, after, meditating and thinking about it, of course, it's the right thing to do. And that's why I'm declaring it today, even not on my platform for the first time. And so I'm going to we are going to, push it to the public, and it will, I believe that by the grace of God, struggle is a spirit. We are going to get there.
We welcome it, my dear brother. There's so many people. I think Chin will want to say something. Biko, my sister, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. What I wanted to say, Madam Nene just took it away from me. I wanted to ask him if he was going to be saying it on his platform, and she said it, and that's okay. That's okay by me. Okay.
Okay. I'll move to the next one. Reverend.
I have a question, please, for Mazi.
Go ahead, Ndidi. Go ahead.
Mazi, thank you for the enormous job you're doing. We appreciate you. And thank you for the skin of hippopotamus you have, taking all the bullets.
Thank you.
So we will come to your program to, push this narrative, if you will permit us.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you. So my question to you, Mazi, is this. I like this is not about the sit at home, because Chief said we can ask any question. And my question to you is about the economic second phase of this pursuit, and that is the economic strategy. Yes, it is a welcome idea, which UMUADA definitely welcome, and we push along with you. My question to you is this: considering how much we in diaspora remit to the economy of Nigeria every year, how do you integrate the dollars and pounds and the rand and euro and everything we send to that nation to impact their economy? What do you advise the diasporans, Biafran diasporans, concerning remittance to Nigeria to impact their economy?
Yes, this is a very good question. Thank you for that question. I have actually made a program on this. We can sanction the entire Nigeria. Okay, we can sanction the entire Nigeria by remitting money without going through the government, channel. And yes, we can do it. And once we're able to do that, believe me, it is going to be another bigger slap on them. But then it requires a lot of strategy. It requires a lot of plan. We have what we call naira to dollar, or euro to dollar, or euro to naira transaction, where people who do business, who do a lot of business. Of course, that is not to say that they cannot have access to it somehow, but at least it is going to cut the revenue they generate from that. So when you do naira to dollar, is that if you want to send, 1 million to your people back home, you just get somebody to transfer the money to them, and the person collect dollar, from you. So if we'll be able to, people are doing this, but if we'll be able to make it as a way to sanction Nigeria government, we're going to be successful. So the people that are doing it now are doing it on business basis. Those who want to, buy some things in the US, who are, into import and export, some of them buy these things in cash, some of them, So in Europe, it is something. It is something. People who deal on auto parts and all that. And remember that auto parts, the Biafran people control it, and we generate billions from auto part business in Nigeria. So if we go into that particular, from that particular contest, what we are going to be doing is that, people who we use it as a sanction to the Nigerian government, that we have people who will be sending the money, and then those who will be paying the money. If you want to send money in Europe, anywhere you are in Europe, just contact the person and you get the money. In Nigeria, from your local, somebody can even go and give the person the money or transfer it to the account, and the person get the money in Europe here and use it to buy whatever you want to buy and ship to Nigeria. So by doing that, Yes.
My brother Simon, you know you're a tough guy, so I love tough guys. And I want to keep you on this subject, the topic that we are calling everybody, because I have so many challenges calling now. And I would like to go to Reverend Dr. F. Onyise. Dr. Onyise, are you here?
Yes, Onyise is here.
Please, this is a tough, very tough Sam Ekpa in front of us. And I am introducing you to an equally tough, or maybe even tougher. I like the word tough. I'm a veteran. I can't help that. Dr. Reverend F. Onyise, Dr. Sam Ekpa is here. Please greet yourself. Greet him, please.
Thank you so much, Chief and Umuada. Some of you know me, some of you don't know me. Thank you so much for this initiative. I did respond affirmatively when I was contacted and sent your flyer, which was beautifully made, because the person who sent it to me sent it because I have for long said about this. Being a reverend, I know what church means. Nenea, thank you. Rosemary, thank you. Your thoughts on things I wanted to talk about. Simon, thank you so much. You also touched on a lot of stuff. So I'm going to try to be as brief as I can, but I will go through the historic lane like Nenea did. She did mention about Filipino in 1986. Please, I may be in science, but my favorite subject is history. Because my grandfather said, if you want to go somewhere, see if somebody else has been there and ask them how. Much of our mistakes and the problems we're having is because we really don't read beyond our career lane. Please go to history and start with the book, A Short History of Conquest and Rule, What Britain Did to Nigeria, by Max, Dr. Max Silon, Siolun. This book was published April 1, 2021. I'm almost done with my copy. Chief has his copy. Many of us have gotten a copy. You need to get this. This will be the first authentic history book for Biafra land, because it tells you what Britain has done. It did tell exactly what Rosemary said. She's a reader. I don't know how she knew all that she said, but that she's a reader because she said it. Please, Britain never left us. She used the word indirect rule, which is true. Britain never left us. Nigerian government, ever since the history of the contraption we call Nigeria, is British apartheid by proxy. Write it down. British apartheid by proxy is the government you have had up to this moment. And they colluded with Fulani, who administers their indirect rule. And then their goal is to share the ploys they're getting from the resources in the South.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You know I love you.
Yes, sir.
I've already stopped Dr. Barrister Sam Ekpa, and I'm going to stop you too.
Okay.
I want you to focus on the issue of sit at home. You are a reverend.
Yes.
And Umadi will have now declared that they're going to take money out of your pockets on Sunday by asking whom will Biafra or Biafrans stay at home. Dr. Onyise, please comment and ask my brother Sam Ekpa, what does that mean to you? The money is coming out of your pocket. Focus on that.
Good. The people we call reverends back home are not reverends, because it is better to give than to receive. My own reverend gives, it doesn't take. So those that know me know that. That's number one. They are not reverends. Number two, the sit at home on Sunday, I support 100%, if not 2,000%. The reason why is this. Let me give you my reasons. Number one, if you come to the internal, generation of, revenues, like someone mentioned, this generates revenue from the poorest of the poor to the criminals. I repeat, criminals who call them reverend. A lot of them know me, bishops in Nigeria, and I tell them this face to face. I go there. The people who are paying the money are people who don't want, contrary to what God said, what the Bible they claim to have. It's the people that don't want, they do. He said what? If you love me, feed my sheep. And he told you whom his sheep is, the widows, the widowers, the orphans, the fatherless, the motherless, the poor, the elderly, the rich. So these are the people that are taken from the little money we give our families here. They force them to bring it to them. In fact, this sit at home on Sundays may go up to sit at home all day, all week, because they're already having church now, Sunday through Monday. If you don't know that. So they are waiting for you to sit at home on Sunday. They tell them come every day. They're already doing that. They're already doing that. So I want to allude you to this. Everybody knows that. Adoration. They give all kind of names to adoration. They do this condemn. People even live going to the markets to go give the little money they have to church. So
you have a question for Sam. You have a question for him.
I think he's an eloquent and a reader. All I was going to ask him is what the women have asked him, and he has answered that. This sit at home on Sunday is autopiloted already. Am I correct?
You're correct.
Yes.
Okay, good. That's the only thing I would have asked him, because I have that discernment qualities where I can hear your unspoken words from what you're saying. So he is truthful about this. He has answered that question. That's my most important thing. When we live here, we pick a date that it starts on this Sunday, and then I expect someone able to roll it on and let people know that this is it. That's the only thing I want to ask him.
Thank you. Chumo Keke, I know you've been waiting. Look at you. I can see it. But before you say something, my brother, I want to thank all of you. There's so many people, my sisters, UMUADA Biafra. I want to thank all of you so much. If we cannot get to everybody, because Simon, as you know, technology has its limits. But even Dr. Stanley Onye is waiting. But let me go ahead. Chuma, Biko, introduce yourself and please ask a question to Umuadibo or to our brother, our special guest. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Simon, I want to appreciate what you've been doing so far.
Thank you.
But I do have a problem. The problem is whether some of our actions are not going to erode the work that have been done so far. I bring these examples. We need to choose our enemies, and we need to choose our battles. Now, if we embark on sit at home on Sunday, it will generate tremendous awareness. But we have to budget for the fact that we are going to be on a coalition course with the church. Whether we like it or not, in every political entity, church is very, very powerful. And it's not a battle you want to choose when you are not ready. Now, what do you think the implication will be if we enforce sit at home on Sunday? The church will switch camp. So far, the church is trying to be neutral. We see our bishops all over the East go to Buhari and say, please release Nnamdi Kanu, when the church know and begin to feel that this is a frontal attack against them, are we ready to take on the church? And make no mistake about it, we cannot discount what the church has done for Biafra. Without the church, most of us talking here will not even be alive to talk. In the first war, it was the church single-handedly that supplied food, opened the ways for survival for a lot of people. Now, what does the church really do for the people? The church provides hope. An average Nigerian has no hope. The only way he goes to seek solace and a little semblance of hope is to go in on Sunday. Whether he's being deceived or his mindset is marinated, but he does provide a little hope for him. So the church, if we play the cards well, can be beneficial to us. I don't want to go further, but I want to ask you, do you really think this movement is ready to choose a battle against the church at this time? That is one question. The second question is this. What do you think is the best case scenario for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because we need to be able to really audit our opponent and know what the capability is and know what their mindset is. A lot of people going around don't know who the enemy is. A lot of people think that they are dealing with people who are reasonable. We are dealing with animals. Unless you start thinking like that, all the things we are doing, we are wasting our time. Historically, the Fulani man is a mean-spirited beast. Historically, the Fulani man is unforgiving. When Buhari jailed Shagari, he kept him in jail until he finished ruling. Even when Shagari died, Buhari did not go and visit him. Buhari kept Dasuki, who is the same Fulani with him, in jail for almost 5 years. These people don't forgive each other, not to talk about forgiving an opponent. So if we think that there will be a time we will sway Buhari to release Nnamdi Kanu, we may be fooling ourselves. What will make him release him will be that when the cost of keeping him there is more than releasing him, he will release him.
Okay.
But are we building the case? Are we making it costly for him to keep him there?
My dear brother, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Can I address you?
That should have been,
because I have to leave.
that should have been the UMUADA question.
Question. Yes.
Friend person, but you can answer.
So what I'm saying is this. If Buhari does not care if the Igbos die,
cost of keeping him.
When he begins to pinch
let me address this question and I have to go.
Okay, Chum, okay, Chelu. This is Chief Obidike. Simon, I know that you have to go. And I beg your indulgence. At least answer one of the questions in reference to the church. The church of yesteryears are more humble, better, and work with the people before it became corrupted. The church of today are extremely corrupted. And I think some of the audience that I have, but go ahead. Please answer one of the two questions that he has asked. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My battery is down. Everything is going down. All right.
Except for your heart.
Prayer from my heart, yes. Anyway, I think I will touch both questions very, very, very quickly, because sure, the questions are very important. First of all, when we are addressing the issue of the church, we have to first define what is church. What is church? We are talking about the church. What made up church? So when you say we are, let us choose wise. We are, when we talk about church, we are talking about the people. The people are the church.
The people are the church.
Yeah, the people are the church. The church is not the pastor. But what make up church are the people. Now, who are we trying to save? The people. Who are we trying to save? The church. So we cannot be saving the church, which is the people, and then they pick it up as if we are fighting them. We're not fighting them. So by the time we made them to understand that we are actually saving the church, because it is as a result of the killings of Christians in Nigeria, and nobody is talking, that made us to embark on this movement. So we are not fighting the church, rather, we are saving the church. Now, when this thing is done, the church will come back to normal and flourish better, flourish more than they are flourishing now. Nobody is going to go against the church. You understand? Because the people are the church. I am a Christian. I am also part of the church. Now, so that issue is solved there. It is our responsibility now to explain to the people that made up the church why we are embarking on this. And once that message is passed, very, very objectively, nobody, even the pastors will understand. Even the pastors understand us. The only time they will not understand is when the money is not there. Okay? We know that once you attack economy, the person will not be normal again. So we must understand that the people are the church. So we are not fighting the church and we are not fighting the people. Rather, we are saving them. Number two, about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case, I agree with you. This is one of the reasons why I'm not happy with what is going on today, because what you have just done now is solving an algebra mathematics, and you solve it in a way that every other person, in fact, your question actually solved the problem. Okay, your question is, what are we doing? Is it that is the cost of keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now, better than keeping, so we need to understand this. What you said have answered the question. The question is that the cost of keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very, very low at this point. Very, very low. So they can even enjoy keeping him till eternity, so long as it is not cost them anything. But once it begins to cost them, which is the why I brought, the idea of economic sanction. We start from there. I call it the level 2 of the civil disobedience. Once that thing go into force, the cost now a little bit become higher, because the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the reason why we are embarking on this civil disobedience of this economic sanction is because the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and in addition to that, to release all political prisoners from Biafra that are being incarcerated in different DSS cells all over Nigeria. So once we are successful in this particular economic sanction, which is the total stop of revenue generation in Biafra land, the cost of keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the cost of keeping other political prisoners becomes so expensive for them. And if that one is not expensive enough, we are going to add the level 3. So you see, I really like the way you say it, because until knowing who the Fulanis are, I told them that these people can never allow soap to enter their eye the second time. Okay? They will never, if you know Fulani very well, they can never allow soap to enter their eye twice. And if you know that what we have to do now is to make the cost of keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu very, very high. Not to the federal government too, but from the grassroots, which is the governors who pays no attention to the killings in Biafra land, the senators, and then from there, we'll take it to the national. And when I talk about the national, the cost of keeping him national, you know what I mean? I don't need to begin to say it here, but we are taking it from the local to the national. By the time we get to the Malachi of this particular book, we are going to know where we are. And we don't want to see that in 2023. We want it to start happening immediately, because that is the only thing that will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No political solution will release him. I am telling you now, no political solution will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What they are trying to do now is that the reason why they are abducting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is to end Biafra struggle in the first place. And if they are dancing to the tone that if they catch Mazinam Kanu, everything will end because he's the problem. That is what they are proving them now. They are right, actually. So if the leadership and the people succumb to this particular political solution, it means that the Fulani were right to capture him in the first place. They will say he's the only one making problem. So what they are doing now is actually indicting our own leader.
Thank you very much, my brother. I want you to go and do what you have to do for today and know that we are in sync with what has been said today and what you have done today. We appreciate it. I appreciate your responding to us. And let's not make it the last time because things are still ongoing. We will do this again. Let's talk about it. That's what the show is about. Let's continue talking about what's going on because I don't think it's going to end tomorrow. My dear brother, I thank you so much for being with us. You, my friend, you are dismissed. I'm going to let the rest of them, everybody else, I'm going to let them talk.
Thank you. And Mazi Simon, look out for my message to know when you're going to get to your program, please.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
My dear brother,
thank you for all
you're dismissed, my friend. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll be back in touch.
Mazi Simon has answered very well. He has touched a lot of things that I wanted to say. But I want to touch the one that got my interest so much. Like I personally like to use my personal experiences to illustrate things, to answer questions. The sir that spoke before, he said the church has done more good to us than harm. For me, I oppose that. Personally, church has done more harm to me than good. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm going to say this because I grew up in church. I did a lot of things in church. Church took the better part of my life and brainwashed me and wasted my life so much that I didn't realize it. I counted how many years I am and how many years I wasted in church. I stopped going to church 2015, and since that time, I've made tremendous growth in my life, in my thinking. Church did more harm to me and my generation, and still doing it to other people till now. The buildings we are supposed to use for the warehouses, where all the warehouses are supposed to be built for businesses and give us opportunity, they've turned into church, and every day they ask us to come and be praying. When they paralyze our initiative, they paralyze our brains, telling us to pray every day, miracle will come. They are telling us, they're teaching us the system of not working and receiving money, and that's why every day we are in church expecting miracle money to come. When they come, they give you one fake miracle. You will be enticed and engrossed, and you are waiting for that miracle to come. Even when you are sick, when I was working with pastors, I see the way they were living their life. Their wife go to the best hospital, and then I was sick. Every day I kept praying. I prayed for that sickness for more than 5 years until my eyes opened. I started to start treating myself. So church damaged me. It didn't allow me to move. Even to pursue my career, they asked me to come and work as a church staff. They took the better part of my life. It did more harm to me than good. Church has made us not to fight as one people. If you are not going to Redeem or you are going to the other church, you are different. We cannot come together and think and fight our common enemy. So church is destroying us and destroying our youth. We don't think, we don't ask questions, we don't even want to know what is happening in the world. As long as you're in that church, you are caged. Your brain is caged. Your life is caged. You don't know what is happening. And that is why you see our people that are so docile. People are killing them. They are screaming blood of Jesus. Every day they are screaming blood of Jesus. They are saying pray, pray, pray. People that are coming to them are coming with AK-47. They are saying pray, pray, pray. People cannot even use their brain this time around to know that at this point in time, no young man in our villages or in our township is supposed to be sleeping at home. You go into the bush and hide yourself because you are in your house. They keep coming to burn your houses. They keep coming to kill you. And our people are still going to church praying. Pastor is telling them to pray. Nothing is happening. So my brother that spoke, church has destroyed me. I am so bitter about church. I'm angry about them. But this movement, I am not doing it out of hatred. We are doing it because we are calling attention. We are doing it because we love our people. We don't want them to die. And that is why we are here. We are not here to attack church. Because if you are saying we're attacking them, that means they are not part of us. They are not even seeing that our blood is being spilled all over Biafra land. If you are saying we're attacking them, indirectly, maybe we're attacking their finances. Because when you want to touch a man, touch that money he makes. So if they're angry, that means it's their money they're after. If they're supposed to welcome this, what we are doing. They're supposed to see it as a welcome development. Other pastors in the past, Martin Luther, they are supposed to borrow a leaf from him and follow him to do likewise. But they will give you scripture, they will quote and call big pastors' names in America, all overseas, telling you how they made money, how money came to them. But when it comes to the leading of protests by people like Martin Luther, they will not quote that one for you. So church destroyed me and destroyed my generation, and it's still destroying every other people. Thank you.
Reverend Chinwe, nobody is going to destroy you. God has got you in his hands.
He has got
you are in God's hand. You're fine. Nobody is going to destroy you. Don't worry about it. We are all here together. I have come pretty much to the conclusion of this broadcast, of this community meeting. Let me just say something to all of you. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you all. I know that there's some more people. The list is so much. And I know that I'll be getting some phone calls. Why are you bum? You didn't let me talk. That's okay. I'll be your bum for a minute. After that, maybe a few seconds. But I thank you all. UMUADA Biafra, you have made a critical point. I can't say that. Is that Rosemary? Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, is that Rosemary you're pointing at? I think so. Rosemary.
Yes, sir.
It seems like my producer wants you to, put the last word in there for UMUADA. So with that beautiful smile, come on and say something to it, I beg. And there's some more hands that are
okay.
Hey, every time I do this this program of Let's Talk About It, towards the end, there's hands going up and up and up and up. And I can't capture everybody.
Rosemary. Thank you, sir. This is Rosemary here. I appreciate OBDK. And again, I thank the organizers of this platform and the Biafran people all over the world. And just to remind you that we are your sisters, the UMUADA Biafra worldwide. We are here again today. We are here to let you people know that the UMUADA have decreed, and we are following it up, that from this Sunday today, December 12, 2021, follow up from today, we will want all the churches, all the Christian churches in Biafra land under lock and key.
Amen.
Because we want the Eastern region governors, the political elites, Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. Coupled with this time we are coming to include the bishops, the reverends, the pastors, the Pope in Rome, the Archbishop of Canterbury in England. We want them, all of them, to listen and hearken to our voices. This revolutionary movement we are making now, the speech we are making, is not out of hatred, it's not out of anger, but it's a tough love. Our people have been worshiping for years, for ages, and we all believe in God. We believe in Jesus Christ, his only begotten Son, and we have been following him, but we cannot be following God and we have all these enormous clergies and ordained people that see the atrocities that are happening in our land, and they are not doing anything about it. Instead, they go to Abuja. I mean, the reverend gentlemen and women, they go to Abuja, they collect Ghana must go parts of money.
My dear sister.
And they carry home.
My dear sister, you're killing me.
Yes. They carry money.
You know, I want to hear everything that you have to say, but time is against me. My producers are jumping up and down.
We will not be out of fear, out of intimidation, out of anything from the Fulani or Fulani government, and we will not protect our people. So we are here to let you people know what we have decided. Please stay with us and stand with us. The UMUADA Biafra worldwide. We love you all. We appreciate you.
Before I let you go, let everybody go. Biafra, unite.
Yes, sir.
I want you to come in and say something and focus pretty much. Take 1 minute or so. I'm so sorry for this time limitation, but you still have your minute. Say something about this. Sit at home on Sunday. Talk to us. Biafra unite.
Okay. Good evening, American Biafran veterans. Good evening, all Biafrans. Please, I'm not going to show my face because of my location, and I want to go straight to the point. And I don't think 1 minute will be enough for me, but please permit me. Talking about the benefits, there is no benefit for individuals or personal benefit. There is nothing like that. That is my number 1 point, because in struggle for freedom, everything is on the same level. Whether you call it Monday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, everything, including people or every other, arrangement, everything is equal. So you don't single out a particular thing and say this one is more important than others. So talking about Sunday, for now, in the struggle for freedom, we see some Sunday the same way we see Monday. That is number 1. But that does not mean that sitting at home on Sunday or talking about inclusion of Sunday on our Monday sit at home is not, significant. Now, the main benefit for this very inclusion of Sunday is for the struggle to free Nnamdi Kanu and freedom for Biafra. I'm going to explain it a little bit. We have highly influential and sophisticated clergymen in Biafra land. And for keeping silent while our youth are being killed each and every day in Biafra land, we want to use this inclusion of Sunday to awaken their consciousness to join what we are doing. As I'm talking to you today in Atta today, a lot of people have been murdered by Nigerian Army, DSS, and police. Today being the 12th of December, as I'm talking to you. In fact, the entire Imo State is already surrounded by Nigerian Fulani terrorists in army uniform. So that is another thing. So by sitting at home on Sunday, for the fact that these highly influential clergymen have been keeping silent all this while, this is going to awake their consciousness to join what we are doing, because they are also Biafrans. They can control. You know why I said so? Every time they have leadership meeting in Southeast, whereby governors and other political leaders are involved. Check that meeting. There must be traditional rulers and religious leaders in that meeting. Because of what? These two people are very important to government, because they are the people that talk to the people from grassroots. The religious leaders have the opportunity, and they have the opportunity to speak to the people, millions of people who visit them each and every Sunday, or let me say every day. While the traditional rulers have the benefit to speak to the people, the villagers, through their cabinets. So these two people, traditional rulers and religious leaders, are highly influential to government. So by the time we awake their consciousness, it's going to yield a wonderful fruit, because they will be able to rise up and know that these people are serious, and they will speak to the power that be. That is another thing. And now Pope and Bishop of Canterbury are also have very huge influence on world power, on world powers, and they can as well speak on behalf of Biafran people. Do you know why they can speak on our behalf? Because Roman Catholic is among the biggest church in the world, if not the biggest. And in Biafra land, or should I say the Biafrans, contribute the highest amount of money for in Roman Catholic almost all over the world, because we carry it, we carry it on our heads. So by the time we cripple the economy of them, their economy, they can be able to tell Pope that money is no longer coming because the people have decided to sit at home. And Pope will ask the bishops, why are they sitting at home? And the bishops will tell Pope they want freedom for their people. And then the Pope will talk to the UN. Why the same thing will happen to Bishop of Canterbury in United Kingdom. And now, God told us to put him to test. How do we put God to test with this sit at home? We have been going to church all through our years. We have been to church almost every day, praying. Why did what is going on, what is happening to us, continue happening to us? So we want to use this medium to pray to God in our various homes and tell God we want to seek his face. We want to ask God for forgiveness. We want to put him to test by telling him we are tired of going to church for the building, not the church, the building. We are tired of going to the building for now, so we want him to answer our prayer before we return back to the building. Are you getting it? That is another very important thing we must know. So, and more importantly, there is an information on ground as we speak right now that Fulani terrorists have concluded their plan to attack the church building. In other words, this is a grand plan because my location gives me the more benefit to understand, to hear, and to learn what is happening on ground. So this very notification we've gotten is very, very important for us to understand the plan of the Fulani terrorists. And as I'm speaking to you right now, some of the churches have resorted to remove their signboards to disguise as if this is not a church building. As I'm speaking to you now, it's ongoing in Biafra land. And now, sit at home is a civil disobedience, no matter which day. And remember, desperate times call for desperate measures. This is very important. So I think I have to rest my case because of time. Desperate times call for desperate measures. People are dying in Biafra land, and we cannot abandon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No matter the day, sit at home Sunday, it's important. Thank you.
We cannot abandon him. We will not abandon him. And if anybody thinks that we are going to do that, they are dreaming, and it's not going to happen. I want to thank you so much. And I have been overruled. I know that I said, oh my God, this is going to have to be the last person to speak. But Princess Odumahe, I hear that you are here. And among so many other people that I would apologize to at the end, Princess Odumahe, please say something, talk to us.
Good evening, Biafra. My name is Princess Odohunoje. I greet everybody. I greet man, I greet woman, I greet everybody. That's why that I don't know many people's name there. Concerning sit at home in Nigeria, in my country, is because of why I support the sit at home, because the way our pastors they are doing is very bad. Because when you fight Muslim people, when you fight Muslim, all the whole Muslim, they will join to fight the person that fight Muslim. But since many things are happening in our country, they kill many people, they bring esme to our Biafra land. Many people, Hausa Fulani have been killing many people in our land. None of the pastor came out and say anything. But only what they want every day, every Sunday, they go to church. Even if the member they come out inside church to preach, they come out inside church when they close house, then the pastor will not say anything. Many things that the pastor, they are mostly, they are not pastors anymore. Because if they want to vote in our country, Biafra land, you will see a pastor, pastor will go to Aso Rock and bring Ghana must go, come to their church. When they come, they will announce it. They should vote for so candidate. Is a good candidate, they should vote for her. But when they are killing their members, they don't do anything. They fold hand. There are many killing in Jos. No pastor come out to say anything. If it is a Muslim, they kill. You will see all the whole Muslim people that will gather. That will stop if it is Christian that killing the Muslim. But our pastor that we put hope, our father, our mother used to pay that and offering for, to do many things for, but they don't fight for them. Even if they close from the church, they kill any of the member of the church, pastor will not say anything. That is why I support the sit at home. I support it, and there must be sit at home until they release our Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you so much, my princess. Thank you, and God bless you. I'm going to make some closing remarks, and then we're going to move forward. I know there are people that would like to speak, unless my producer overrules me again.
Chief, please give me a minute. I have something to say, please. Just a minute.
My dear sister, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Just to say to everybody, the whole thing, but I just want to put it out there that our religious people should understand that we are not attacking the church. Neither are we telling our people not to worship God. We don't have a battle with God. But I want our religious leaders to look at how Sheikh Gumi is going about protecting bandits, how Sheikh Gumi is going about protecting Islamization of Nigeria, protecting Islam. We want our own clergymen to rise, men and women to rise and protect the church the same way. Right in our presence, a Khan leader was beheaded. Nothing was done. Look at what is happening in Imo State as I'm talking to you today. Hope Uzodinma is killing everybody. They say that the youth are the future of tomorrow. What future does the youth have in Biafra land today? They've ripped them of jobs, they ripped them of economic benefits, they've even ripped them self-esteem. Our young men don't have self-esteem anymore. And my question to the church and the leadership and all the prominent people in Imo State, why do you guys allow Hope Uzodinma to kill all the young people in Biafra land? Everybody knew that Hope Uzodinma didn't get the mandate of Biafrans. He got there through the same corruption. Why is the church keeping quiet? The first time Bishop Obinna of Owerri spoke, he was the one that raised the awareness that all the mortuary at FC was filled up with unknown bodies, that people should go there and find their loved ones. That was how people were able to find their missing sons, their bodies at that place. Before you knew it, Hope Uzodinma did a mass burial. My question to the whole Biafran clergymen and women, the Obi of Onisha, the Njemanzes, all these prominent leaders in Biafra land, why are you people keep quiet for Hope Uzodinma to kill Imo State? Do you guys understand the importance of Imo State in the geographical, political placement of Imo State when it comes to conquest? Once they get Imo State, they have conquered Igbo land. And as I'm talking to you today, Imo State is under siege. Bishop Tutu preached the gospel from the preached freedom from the pulpit. Martin Luther King did the same thing. They were all reverends. We saw the analysis Nena gave. So why is it that our religious people are keeping quiet? The Bishop of Enugu Diocese was among the people that was present during the meeting when they said they Operation Golden Crown or whatever, which was meant to clamp down on Biafran youth, make them powerless. A bishop was there when that decision was taken. So tell me why you people want us to go to church. Let them rise. This is not a hatred for church. This is a cry for help. Rise and help the people that follow you people. That was the message and what Christ did when he came to the world. Thank you.
Dr. Onyi said, where's my friend? Onyi said, please come on and say the last word.
Hello? Okay. What I want to say is that I want to thank UMUADA Biafra and everybody that was here. And we had much to say, but they said a lot. There's more I could have said. But I want people who are concerned about the negative impact of what sit at home on Sunday would have, that is fallacy, pure fallacy. I've been in this country for 40-something years, and I'm always at home doing all kind of ministry stuff and medical stuff. I know the bishops and pastors. They are complete and useless, selfish and greedy. Exploit our people. They take and they don't give. So we must sit at home on Sundays, every Sunday, until all you wrote here is accomplished. Okay? Until all you wrote in your flyer is accomplished. Not only, Mazi Kanu being released, every other people. If you don't know, we have so many thousands of our young girls in DSS custody. They are gang raping every single day. I've counseled lots of them when they are released. Yeah, women cannot marry. Many of you here are lucky to have been married. The rate of suicide among our single women who have gone to church, exploited and raped by these so-called pastors, promising them Jesus will give them husband. They reach menopause, now they cannot marry. They kill themselves. This is not a joke. I am involved. I do telehealth since 2002, and I'm one of the people they call in thousands on a daily basis. And the list is endless. So nobody would come here and bring sentiment to answer Mazi Okeke. Coalition with the church, saying what the church will do with us. What have they done? Nene talked about Philippines, bishop leading the political rally to severe those people. It was Bishop Tutu who led apartheid. I walked in the street of America with him. Bishop Tutu, while Mandela was in jail for 27 years. It was Dr. Martin Luther King, a reverend, who led for civil rights here. Are they not church people? But these people, when they go and tell you they are going to go, like Rosemary said, again, I don't know how she got her information, that they're going to say, we have gone on Hanesa to tell them to release it and they can. That's lies. Quote me. They come back with Ghana must go of dollars, of naira to say, we also did do what we're supposed to do. That's a lie. I need them in the streets. I need them like Dr. King walked the street and get murdered. I need them in the street like Bishop Tutu was in the street. I need them in the street like everybody have been in the streets, not going to this. These people have deceived us enough. Enough is enough. We got to do this, please. Thank you so much. Thank you. May God bless you. Remember, I leave you with this. You have to leave them with the last. It was the women. Go and read the book I just posted there.
Thank you, Dr. Onyi.
It is the women of 1929. It was you women, UMUADA, that got Britain thinking, and I need you now, and this is the right time to do it again. That's how we're going to be free. It was women in 1929, and Yoruba women followed 20 years later. Women, you are the power. Forget those, toothless men. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Onyi.
Bless you, sir. Thank you.
Dr. Onyi said,
I appreciate
thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am, the religious leaders at home. Umuibo, the Biafrans of Biafra land have sent you a message. If you think that you cannot handle this, step out of the box. But we're not going to tolerate further killings, mayhem, murdering of Biafrans in Biafra land. It's no longer acceptable. You have had your food and you have eaten it. But now when Biafrans need you, you step out of the way and jump into your plane and fly to somewhere else. This is Chief Obidike saying that is not going to be tolerated anymore. And that is the message that Biafrans at home and abroad, all 70 million of us, we're saying this to you now. Step up or step out. No more power grabbing. A brief message to Ndebani, Biafran soldiers. As soldiers ourselves, I continue to salute you. All Biafrans here, the American Biafran veterans, we're saluting you. And we're asking you to stay aware, stay abreast, stay courageous, stay strong, never relent, and never leave a Biafran behind. Never leave a Biafran behind. Protect yourself, protect the family, protect our mothers, protect our daughters. Mr. President, I interviewed you when you came to the United States. I know you. You have gone through quite a bit. But this is a lesson and a warning. We're not going to take it anymore. This is enough. God bless all of you. We will come back and talk again, because that's what we need to do. Talk about it. If we did not talk about it, we would never have gotten UMUADA Biafra here. And we would never have gotten Simon EKPA to make a commitment. God bless all of you.
Thank you, sir.
American Biafran veterans, God bless you. Take good care. See you the next time.